So I'm in Arizona right now at one of the churches, and I met Dwight Brewer. Dwight's been an Adventist for how many years now?
62 years.
62 years. He was baptized in, did you say 62?
In 63.
63. I asked him, I said, well, are you a one true God believer? He said, I sure am. I said, what was it for you in the 1980s? He said, go ahead, tell us what was your experience?
Well, I was a one true God believer because that's what was taught to us back in the 60s.
Right.
And when they went to the Trinity doctrine, I said, that's the end of the church. They will never survive. But the Trinity church has survived, but the people that were in this church in 1980 had to be 14, 15 years old, or else from then on they'd become brainwashed into the Trinity. And
But you knew, how old were you? You said you were 30-something.
I was 39 years old when in 1980,
And you were fully aware?
And I was fully aware of what was going on.
And it was upsetting?
Yeah.
Now, what was it like to be a pastor during that time? Was there some pastors that were laid off, dismissed, or?
Not that I recall, because we grew up, this was back in Ray, Colorado, is where we went to church.
Uh-huh.
And I was an elder in that church at that time. And the people that come in, we still taught what we believed, but it gradually from there on just went more and more and more to the Trinity because of the children were being brainwashed into thinking that was the true doctrine.
So yeah, after the Sabbath School quarterlies and the different books distributed. Yeah. So what about the experience of 1957 with the Kingdom of the Cults book and everything? Did you have any recollection of that? Was that an aftermath, your experience?
I don't remember that because we were out in eastern Colorado there where we were at. It was like 15, 20 people in the church.
Okay.
That's all there was. And
so you weren't experiencing the aftermaths of the questions on doctrine in 1957?
Well, not really, because they never made such a big thing about it being a switch to the Trinity.
Yeah.
It just gradually come in, and it was the way the Catholics always work. They work over a long period of time. They don't work for right now and change.
Right. That's a good connection. So now, when you learned about the 1980 decision that was made by the church, what was that, like a bomb to you? Did it really affect your experience, or?
Well, not too much, because I knew different. And I knew that what the Scripture taught.
Yeah.
And the Trinity doctrine was pretty much a new doctrine to the people back then that was in the Adventist church. But yet they accepted it because it was handed down from the conference, but it wasn't taught at that time to a large extent. It took time for it to finally get a hold of the church.
Okay. Well, thank you. Your interest, your experience is very interesting, and I appreciate you taking the time.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.